All right, good morning, guys. Welcome in. Welcome. Let me fix the stream here, pre-market. Let me make sure we are all ready to go. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys had a nice Tuesday. Okay, let me see here. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. It's the last time we are meeting for 2025. This is the last pre-market, right? This is the last. I look at diplomatic. Diplomatic's in here. Don't piss me off this morning. I love that. I hate hearing you drink right in the mic. Does that happen? Is it like really? You know why? It's because the mic is too close to me. That's what it is. We already have people here. Okay. All right, Nate. You're canceled for that one. You were canceled for that one. I think you know what it is. I think the mic's too close sometimes. I think that's what it is. This mic, sometimes the mic is too good, and I don't know. I just need to get a shitty mic or something. Or they have like the mic covers, and that you just put the mic cover, and it like stops you from hearing everything. Okay, so let's dive into today. There's a lot going on here this morning. It looks good to me. This looks like a good pre-market, right? So yesterday's session, we had the first sign of some actual chop. So not the first sign. Let me just delete my notes over here. I have notes above. Let me delete all of that stuff. Let me see. How much is this? Get rid of all of this. I have a lot of back testing stuff over here. Casually just deleting everything. All right, we're good. We're clear. So today's session, we're going to talk about a little bit about what happened yesterday. Okay, some chop again. So 2 days of chop in a row. Monday session, pretty lackluster. Nothing crazy happening on Monday session. And then Tuesday, the market chopped around, right? The market did everything but move. It basically just sat in range all day. Shorts got ran, longest got ran. Both ways, market just basically chopped around. Today's session, you're seeing a little bit of a gap down the pre-market. But the funny thing is, do you guys notice where the market's gap down into, right? The market sold off, and the market sold off pretty aggressively. But notice where the market has pulled back to. It's pulled back to a very key level, 685 on the market. So we'll talk about that being a big point for us going into our pre-market session. 685 is a major test. And yeah, this is the line in the sand. Exactly. This is where the market's pulled back to the level that the market must hold for bulls, right? And so this is bullish, right? I mean, the gap down, it's you have to understand the gap down this morning is bullish. That's the only way to put it, right? The gap down this morning for me is bullish. Why? Because it's a 685 test. It's just as simple as that. Okay. We'll go over QQQ. Qs, of course. I mean, Qs didn't really pull back to the level. To be honest with you, this is not a very clean chart this morning. Can it reclaim 620 if it does upside? But if not, then you know where we have to go to. We still have not tapped at 615 demand. So 615 is still untapped. And I do think eventually you do have to go back and tap that level. Okay, so we'll go over Qs today. We'll go over AMD. We'll go over Amazon. Amazon actually looks really nice this morning. Amazon has a really nice structure. Microsoft also. MSFT also posing to be a nice setup going into our Wednesday or even Friday session. Why? Because we have a beautiful consolidation here between 485 and 490. So we'll talk about Microsoft today. I think this is setting up something interesting here on the chart. Okay, we'll go over Tesla. Tesla weak. Tesla very weak, guys. Tesla's still weak. You saw a little yesterday, right? We spoke about Tesla downside being done. And if you notice it, I mean, sure, it was done, right? We did sell off again into our demand again, which is the same 456 level. We ripped and then sold off again. So the question is, what can we do on Tesla today? We'll talk about where Tesla's going into our pre-market session. Okay, we'll go over a few other names. We'll go over Meta. We'll go over Meta. We'll go over Apple. We didn't go over Apple yesterday. Meta's strong this morning. Meta really strong. We'll go over Apple as well because we didn't talk about Apple yesterday. But again, there was a reason why I didn't talk about Apple yesterday because Apple just didn't do anything. Okay, so let's dive into our econ data. Then we'll jump right back into our charts. So Fred, wow, thank you, Frederick. That is very nice of you. Thank you for doing that. That is very, very kind of you, Frederick. Thank you for supporting. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, so yeah, econ data. On the econ data for today's session, by the way, I just want to say that is Frederick. Frederick, that is really kind of you. You've always been a big supporter. So honestly, that is I just want to say that is a gentleman move. Thank you always for doing that. Okay, and you guys know every dollar I get back goes to you guys. So it's that goes right back to you. So I really appreciate you doing that because that makes the pool bigger. So when we do our first giveaway in 2026 for January, it'll be even bigger, right? $20 bigger than what it was. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, what I'm gonna do as well, guys, is I'm actually gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing a YouTube live thing. So there's like a YouTube live thing. I'm gonna make it so you guys have benefits for being a YouTube live member. So I'll post my watch list. I'll do some things for you guys if you guys are YouTube live members. And again, you subscribe to that, right? It's like $4 a month, and then again, it goes right back to you guys, right? So the money that I get from that goes right back to you guys in the form of giveaways. So it's gonna be a cool thing, right? You basically, I don't know, just a thought, right? But again, I've pledged this already, but everything that I earn in 2026 goes right back to you guys for YouTube. Okay, so econ data. On the econ data side, Wednesday, the 31st of December, this is the last trading session of 2026. You must understand something about the last trading day and the first trading day of the year, right? The last and the first. This is when you get the most crazy moves, right? I'm talking, you may see moves today that just stun you. You sit back for a second on the chair and you're like, what the hell just happened? Why? Because you have a lot of end of year rebalancing. Okay, so remember we say end of quarter rebalancing, we say end of month rebalancing, right? Well, this is end of year rebalancing. Even retail traders are rebalancing this morning, and you should be rebalancing this morning, right? What is rebalancing? Let's talk about that for a second. What is rebalancing? Rebalancing is the idea of selling names that you are overweight in and buying names that you're underweight in, right? That's what you're doing. And going into year end, traditionally what people do is they will do something called tax harvesting, right? Tax harvesting, but they also will do, which is again a form of rebalancing, and they're also rebalancing, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to sell the names that they possibly have some red on, right? So what they'll do is they'll sell their Nvidia shares they bought at 200, right? They'll sell Nvidia that they bought at 200. They'll sell their AMD they bought at 240, right? They'll sell their Palantir that they bought at highs, right? And they will lock in the loss here today to get the negative equity return, right? Basically the loss. And then they're going to sell some names that they're overweight in that is very green. For example, maybe they'll sell Amazon with $100 average, right? And what they'll do is they'll net the number to zero, right? Such that they pay no taxes for the long-term gains come January 1st, right? And the names that they sold that they still want to hold, right? For example, let's just say they sold Nvidia, but they still want Nvidia. They still want to hold Nvidia, right? They just buy back January, right? And then reset their cost basis to whatever the market price is in January. So the point is that you get a lot of rebalancing. I know some traders that I know personally, some 7-figure traders, 8-figure traders that will go today's session. Today's session is their day. They are locked in today because they are looking to play the waves on rebalancing. Playing the waves and rebalancing means basically what they're doing is they're looking to see what are people rotating in today, because if people start rotating into some key names, those names are going to trend today. The names are going to trend $2, $3, $4 moves today. You'll see some pretty aggressive trends up, a pretty aggressive trend down. So just be mindful of that. It's going to be a volatile session. And you could base a strategy off what I just said, right? If you see that there's a lot of selling on one particular name, well, the selling is probably going to continue, right? Because again, a lot of funds are rebalancing today. Okay, just understand that. Going into our data today, we have jobless claims at 8:30, about 13 minutes ago. We have some data at 10:30 as well for that oil news, gas news, and then we have a early closure today, but not for the market. The equities market closes at 4 p.m., I believe. But then tomorrow's session, we have a full market closure. So that's all we have for today. Friday, we're back. I'll see you guys all here for the first stream of 2026. Be here or be square. Okay. So thank you. By the way, thank you to Prometheus. Much appreciated. Thank you, DJ Bowis. And Meta, thank you always. You were always very kind as well. Thank you for supporting. Thank you to all three of you guys. Much appreciated. Okay. David Hernandez. I took a 50% loss yesterday, tax harvesting 101. I love that. That is, you know what? I don't love that, but it's a funny thing. It's funny, but I don't love it. Okay. Let's go into our charts. SPY chart. Let's talk about it. So this is the most frustrating thing for me because my main watch the past week has been what? You guys have known I probably have said this too many times, but the level I've been watching for so many times in a row has been 685, right? 685 pulled back long. August, thank you very much. Thank you, August. Thank you for supporting as well. I pronounced it right. I almost read it wrong, but I pronounced it right. Thank you for supporting. That is also very kind of you. Thank you guys. Much appreciated to all of you. That is very, very kind of you. Okay, so 685 is the level, right? And this was the level we spoke about for a long time. And this is our most simple bull bear pivot today is the 685. And yesterday's session, I probably should have just traded SPY because I would have made money. I ended the first like small red day I had in a while was yesterday. And I even talked about the 687 reclaim for longs and it ended up working really nicely. But I didn't take it. I just kind of sat it out and watched it happen. Worked out really nice. But today's session, we are doing what? We're bouncing out 685. And even though we bounce out 685, first of all, let's go into our larger time frames, right? Before we start talking about intraday, go into the larger time frame here, right? And see exactly what's happening here in the market. This is the exact definition of a higher low forming, right? You have a beautiful bull flag here in the market, going into year end, right? Beautiful bull flag going into year end with a higher low developed right over here at 685. The question though this morning is, even though we've developed the 685 pullback long, right? So if you are a futures trader, you took this trade, I'm upset with you because I wish I did. But don't tell me about it. I want to hear about it. But today's session now, even though we've bounced off the 685, which is the best area for a pullback long, okay? We've seen this bounce off 685 work already. The question now this morning is, can the bounce result in reclaims, right? Because even though we know we're bullish here pre-market, it doesn't mean we can go into today's session and just start longing everything, right? Because you need to see the market now reclaim. The reclaim level we have to hold is 687. So far, all we've done is bounce off 685 and get the knee-jerk reaction back higher to 687. 687 has to reclaim. This is the low of yesterday's session. If we can reclaim 687, then we can look for an upside move back into 689, right? That's a very logical spot for us today's session. 687 reclaims, we're going back into 689. But if we can't get back above 687, then my expectations are we move back down to 685, right? So keep that in mind. Even though we're bullish this morning, we must reclaim the 687s for upside move today's session. If we can break above it, upside back into 689. If we fail below 685, if we see us somehow, for whatever reason, we see us fail below 685, then we are not going to do too hot today, right? The market's going to sell off, and the market's going to sell off pretty aggressively into 681. Right now, though, the market looks bullish, the market looks strong, and the market, as long as it maintains 685 and holds 687, we should see a nice little break and retest upside trade today back into 689. This is my top watch today here in SPY chart. Can we reclaim 687? That's all I have today's session. That's really what it is. And again, why is 687 so important? It's important because it is the low of our Tuesday session. You can see it here, right? The low, right? We are now reclaiming it. If we can reclaim it, my expectations are back into these lows over here, back into the Friday's lows. That's what I'm expecting today, okay? And of course, right, expect heavy volatility, expect lots of trend today, hopefully trend. But of course, understand the market must hold this level for upside. If you fail 687 today, then I don't want to long this, right? Because again, we're probably going back down into here. This is an important thought today's session. Understand that larger time frames and shorter time frames must line up. On the ES chart, you can see here, we tapped the critical level, right? We tapped the critical level yesterday's set, or really pre-market, right? We saw it hold pre-market. This whole zone here is the critical level I have here on the ES chart. This is what it is, right? And so we pulled back to it, the little bull flag area. Now perfectly, this isn't really perfect on the ES chart, but we kind of knew that, right? We knew it was perfect on SPY, but on the ES chart, we had a zone. And so between 69.33 and the 69.20s, this whole area is where I expected the market to pull back into and start developing a hold. Now, transparently, this was not so easy in ES because it's a very wide zone. So I don't blame you if you didn't take this trade, and even if you are ES trader, because this is a very wide zone. But going now into our session, you can see that we are bullish here. It's a beautiful bullish hold here. But the question is, can we start to reclaim? Can we hold levels? Because even though this is a bullish reclaim, a bullish hold at demand, right? A bullish hold off demand needs to reclaim levels for upside to continue, right? A bullish hold off demand needs to reclaim levels for it to continue, right? And the level it has to reclaim this morning is the 69.45s. It's the lows of yesterday's session. So if we can get back above the 69.45s right here in the ES chart, then my expectations are similar to what happened here back on the 23rd of December. So look for this level to build today. If it can build upside. Right now, it looks almost too easy for me. This is too easy. I wish this bounce didn't happen. I wish this bounce happened pre-market because we all would have traded it. But of course, we have to trade what we have, and this is what we have today in this pre-market session. By the way, DB Esquire, that is very nice of you. The ESQ is donating $10. That is very kind of you. Thank you for that as well. You guys are crazy today. You guys are a lot of support from you guys. Much appreciated to all of you. Okay, so 69.45 big level here on the ES chart. Moving to Qs now on the QQQ. The level to watch here in Qs is 620 flat, okay? Now, this chart to me is not so clear. The reason why, and let me make my face smaller, by the way. My head's huge. There we go, okay? So this chart is not so clear to me. The reason why is because if I was a QQQ trader, I would have wanted to see this 615 hold here on Qs, okay? This is what I would have wanted to see hold. And I would have wanted to see us hold and pull back that level, right? Because that was the high from Wednesday the 17th. And my expectations were we basically would do this, right? We would see a big upside move, a high, a low, a high, and then we would develop a low somewhere over here for the upside continuation trade. But we didn't do that, right? We actually started developing a hold here around 617, which was about $2 too early for me. So I don't really like the Qs today. But of course, I mean, if you are watching this, you are watching one thing. It's just 620. If 620 and the yesterday's lows are holding, this is going to go higher, right? So that's what it is today, right? If you look at the yesterday's lows here in Qs, let's just isolate this. Let's make this the most clear level because this is where things become very clear, right? We can just delete this, and then adjust this level to yesterday's lows. And this is the level I'm watching today. It's 619.50. So if we are above this 619.50 today here in Qs, we know we're bullish. And that's all it is. So that's my contingency today. If we hold this 619.50, then we are going where? We're going back into the highs yesterday, 622, and possibly even 625. So that's what it is. If you fail below 619.50 and you see us do this, then you know we're going back lower into the pre-market lows. So again, we're open to both directions today, right? And I'm looking for trend, ideally looking for trend today. But this morning, we're sided towards bulls. But if we do fail below 619.5, then we're flipping that back to bearish. On SPY, let's just go back to SPY for a second because I want to see this here too. So SPY obviously bullish, Q's bullish. Yeah, I mean, look at this chart. The problem right now, I'll just be honest with you. The problem is the further we move away from our level here, the value, the long side move is just happening, right? I mean, this is the bull move, right? This is our targets back in at 689. The closer we get to these highs, right? And these highs, then the less value we have for longs, because even though we know we're right about this, right, we're losing the value. And so again, I was hoping this wouldn't happen now because this is now happening right into our pre-market session and it's taking away a lot of the value. So this is not really a good thing. I'm just going to be transparent, right? Because even though we are right about this, we're right about this live right now, we're not trading it, right? So there's no money being made right now, which is one of the most, I'll tell you this is some of the most frustrating actions when you have a beautiful level pre-market and a beautiful read pre-market, and the read happens pre-market, right? You want this to happen during market hours. You can trade it. Right now, we're just all watching this happen live. But again, the closer and closer we get to 689, the value is taken away from longs. But as of right now, 687 is your hold spot. If you fail below 687, we flip back short, downside move to 685. So this would be the only short side trade I'm watching today on the SPY chart. Okay, that's what I see here on SPY. Let's move on. Okay, let's go to our first equity today. Let's go, actually, IWM first. On the IWM, we had a really good read of this one. We were just talking bearish all day in IWM, and it's pretty much hit target, right? 247, 246 was target here on the IWM, and we've pretty much done that, right? So if you were short the IWM for whatever reason, let's just say you saw, or we started talking about shorts on the IWM over here when it was looking like this, and now it's failed it, right? And then we've seen the downside move. So if you shorted it off that idea, you have to start to retire that idea now, right? The idea should be retired. We're back at lows here, and I don't know what's going to happen here at IWM, right? We knew what was going to happen here once it failed supply, but now that we've made the move back to where there is demand, the market may hold here, right? So just keep that in mind. 246 is your demand, 247 is your demand here. If you lose 247, then more downside. But as of right now, we're at the double bottom lows here on the IWM. So just keep that in mind. Is there a long today? I don't see a long today either. I just see a profit take short, right? That's what I see here on the IWM. Okay, moving on. Let's go over the equities now. Let's start off with Amazon. Amazon, please do not tell me this chart broke out. I have not looked at it yet. It has not broken out. Okay, this is not broken out yet, right? So Amazon's chart, which is the Amazon is the key level to watch today. If Amazon can build above 233 today, you know that this is the top watch, and this is Mike's top watch as well. Mike has told me today to let you guys know this is his top watch, and it is also my top watch too, right? You could see why. 233 is your big level. If it can build to 233, then you know where this is going to. It's going back into 239. So of course, right? Be smart, right? Be logical. Don't be the trader that says that this is the one thing. Don't be. I know what's going to happen here, right? It's going to break 233. It's going to rip. It's going to reclaim. It's going to go crazy, right? And then Tom, Dick, and Harry, they're going to come in, right? Tom, Dick, and Harry, they're going to come in, and what they're going to do is they're going to start buying calls right over here, right? Right over here, because they said. Brett said what? Brett said it's going here, right? And so Tom, Dick, and Harry are going to buy calls right here. And when the stock does this, they're going to come Friday morning, Friday morning. They're going to say, well, man, Brett, well, you were just wrong about that Amazon, right? No, I was not wrong, okay? Tom, you longed over here, okay? So just keep that in mind. The long is above 233. If it builds 233, I'm looking for upside. The target that I have here is 239, right? That's where I expect it to go to. But does it actually happen in one day? I don't know, right? So again, just understand that's your long side target here. Does it happen one day? Probably not, right? Just understand that. But again, 233 break, top watch. Okay, Apple. The Appler. Apple. So, what's going on here? Ready for this? I'm going to show you what's going on here. Ready for this? Watch. Nothing. Nothing's happening, right? I mean, this is the thing. This is the problem with some of these betas into year end is this is what happens. And if you look at the chart here in the 5-minute chart, look what happened yesterday on Apple. Nothing. Nothing's happening here. And so I think that there are some charts where you can go and you can chart things and have levels and have a good Amazon, right? Maybe Nvidia, right? Maybe Meta, right? Maybe Meta. But Apple this morning is doing nothing. And if you want Apple to do something, I think you should just reset this whole thing. And your understanding here in Apple should be if Apple can build above at least the highs of our Monday session, right? Monday, Tuesday session, above 274. If it can build 274, then there is an upside potential here. But as of right now, the chart is lackluster. It's not doing much. So I think you should understand that this chart should be stayed away from, right? If it can build 274, Look for upside, but as of right now, as long as it's under 274, there is no reason to trade this, just for me personally. Or if it breaks under 272, right? Under 272 or above 274, that's where I would trade this. Anything in between over here, anything in between 274 and 272 is the graveyard zone, right? And so we know that in the graveyard zone, this is where traders go to die, and we don't get involved here, right? So the graveyard zone here on Apple between 274 and 272. If it can hold this level, break above this level or this level, it continues in either direction, right? It's a pretty simple thought here. But as of right now, it's consolidated. It's not really doing much, and this is the level that I have here. Okay, so yeah, you like that talent? That's my talent. My talent is just is is finding the names that. Now, granted, we could trade this, but only if it breaks above highs or lows. Okay, Nvidia, on the Nvidia chart. Where's the level in Nvidia? So Nvidia is ripping and rallying this morning here, okay? And so again, this is an exciting name to watch. What happens here in Nvidia is all based upon 190. And I know it's a little bit of an interesting level here, but 190 is a very, very key level. So 190 and our demand below here at 188.5. So we have demand below here at 188.5, which is around the highs of our Monday session, the highs of our Tuesday session. And then we have a level here at 190. So 188.5 for demand and 190 for our supply. You know that this level has to clear 190. The chart's strong, but it has to clear 190 for upside. So 190 builds, this goes higher, back into 193. Okay, so that's where I am targeting here in this chart. Above 190, 193 is the target. So if you're looking for longs today on Nvidia, it has to below 190. If it could do that, look for longs back into 193. Likewise, if you see us pull back today, you want to catch like some sort of pullback long. This is the only pullback long spot I have, and it's higher risk. Right? This is not an easy trade here. But if I see us pull back to 188.5 today and develop a long, this is a long, right? So 188.5 pullback long, or the 190 for a build, right? So these are the only two things I'm watching here in NVIDIA. This is not a very clear chart, but it's a strong chart. So let's see what happens here. If we fail below 188.5, I short the stock and look for downside, right? That's a very important understanding too, right? If we fail below the highs of our Tuesday session, this is a short, right? This is a short under the highs of our Monday, Tuesday, right? So again, keep that in mind. But again, right now it's bullish, it's strong, right? So the 190 build or the 188 pullback long, those are the two top watches today's session here on the video, okay? By the way, we have only 385 likes. We have 990 people here this morning on this New Year's Eve session, right? New Year's Eve session. I'm here New Year's Eve, and we have 375 likes, 385 likes. Guys, get the like count up, okay? Moving on. Let's move on. Let's go over not Amazon. Let's go over Meta. Where's Bruce? Bruce, there he is. Bruce has Tesla. Let's follow his thing. Tesla first. Tesla is okay. So yesterday's session, what did I say yesterday in Tesla? Yesterday I said Tesla downside done. Right? I said Tesla downside is done. We've hit the target for longs, and we've maintained, for shorts. We've held this level where we talked about the 467 downside move. It made the move, and I said Tuesday, don't short Tesla. Tesla actually ended up being a pretty good short, right? So it actually did sell off that day, but it didn't sell off very much, right? So nothing really crazy happened yesterday. It kind of just sold back into demand, held the 457, and then ripped, right? And today's session here, you're seeing what? You're seeing that we are just holding demand again. Tesla, for me, I don't have a clear read here. And again, similar to Apple, right? I'll tell you guys when I have a clear read. I'll tell you guys when I don't have a clear read. This morning, I don't have a clear read here in Tesla. And I reserve the right to say that, right? Because I'm not going to make stuff up. I'm not going to pull stuff out of the hat. I reserve the right to tell you I don't know what's going to happen. And right now, I just don't know what's going to happen here. I know I have a level here at 457. And so my bias right now is basically based off of the 457. If we're above the 457, we're bullish. If we're below the 457, we're bearish. So my read is based on 457. How good is that read today? I don't know until it actually happens. So let's see today. But 457 bull bear pivot, that's my understanding. Why am I saying that? Because it's this, right? It's this, And you can see inflection point yesterday's session, 457. And if you do look at yesterday, right, and you look at the reactions around 457, you can see 457 is actually there, right? It's not just a meaningless level. You saw that we closed into it on our Monday session, and then on our Tuesday session, a break below, a reclaim, big upside move, right? So it is a level to watch. In pre-market, again, right back in 457. So let's see what happens here. 457, key thing to watch. Okay, where's Bruce? Bruce says next chart is Microsoft Meta. Let's do it. Microsoft Meta, MSFT. Actually, I like Microsoft a lot. I like Microsoft a lot today, and I like it also into Friday session. Why? Because we have a beautiful chart here. 457. You can see. Sorry, 480. What am I saying? 480. I'm still in Tesla. 480 break and retest upside move. I'm looking for this today. If this happens, the 490 build. If this can build 490 today, this will be a very clear trending move back into 493. Right back into these highs over here, back from the the 10th of December. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. 490 build. If this builds, a little bull flag trade here, right? A little bull flag trade here. Why? Because look at the chart right now. This is a beautiful little bull flag here on the Microsoft chart. You can see flag lows, flag highs, 490 build, upside move, right? Very clear chart here. If it fails below 485, downside move, right? Back into lows. So you know what's going to happen here, right? Everything that happens here on Microsoft is guided by level 1 and level 2. If we can build level 1, we go into level 3. If you can build below level 2, we go to level 4, right? So that's what we're going to, either here or here. But as of right now, my mindset is mostly focused on the long side trade over here, right? Because we're closer to the channel high, right? And also on a strong SPY day. Let's move on, guys. Let's go over, we'll go over AMD. AMD. So AMD, I basically broke even yesterday. I think I lost a few $100. AMD was just a shitter. It didn't really do much. I actually look at this. I'll show you what I did yesterday. I'll draw little circles when I'm right. So I'm going to draw the circles when I'm wrong. I longed it here. Let's go to the 2-minute chart. It's actually kind of funny to do this. So I longed the chart. Here. I sold the chart. I sold it there, right before it broke down. So I got out basically for a small loss. I then longed it. I then hold on a second. I then shorted it here. I shorted it here, and then I ended up getting out. Right there. So that was my day yesterday. Basically, no continuation, no trades. I mean, this is just two basically paper cuts yesterday on AMD, right? It's just kind of funny to see this. I'll show you guys when I'm right. So I like to show you guys when I just don't have anything going. But to be honest, if your bad day looks like this, to me, that's a pretty good bad day, right? That's a pretty good bad day because not much is really lost. But going into AMD today, what I watched today is I would still watch that 216.50 break. If we can break above 216.50, my top watch would be for this to continue back into these highs over here, right? So let's see today if we can build above that 216.50. 216.50 builds, which really is where I should have waited for yesterday, right? If this can build, then this goes back into that 220 plus, right? So keep that in mind on this chart, okay? Guys, that is it from me. I'm going to call it here. Thank you all for joining in. This is the last stream of 2025, so I appreciate you all hanging out with us, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So trade safe, trade smart, do the right thing, right? Manage your portfolios today, right? Focus. The biggest thing you can do today, guys, is focus on your long-term portfolio, right? Day trading, do it. Swing trading, do it, right? If you see something that sets up, take it, right? Take the trade. But of course, your long-term account, that's your goal today. It's year end. Take a look at it. Take a glimpse at your long-term account. Don't be scared. Open it up, okay? I'll see you guys all there. Bye, guys.